Today we're making Lego-shaped holes in a piece of walnut. And to do this, I'm going to use a palm router guided by a template made out of Lego. All of this is so that the walnut slab can fit right onto this concrete Lego castle. This is going to be a side table in my new house, but these concrete castles were originally designed for a bed that I made. I constructed the castles themselves out of Lego and then poured Moldstar 30, which is a really tough reusable silicone, to create these reusable molds for concrete. This silicone isn't cheap, but I can reuse them hundreds if not thousands of times. So I made some additional castles to use for these other accessory pieces of furniture. This walnut slab was pretty beat up and had quite a few cracks, and it wasn't even. So I just secured it with some hot glue and then used my Kreg pocket hole system to screw down some rails. I used some scrap plywood to make a quick router sled, and now I can flatten this slab even though I don't have a thickness planer that's big enough to accommodate it. I'm using flat plate Lego bricks to make the router template. I've always admired the precise modularity of Lego, and I really like this idea of using them to rapidly construct templates that will allow different pieces of different materials to fit together. I'm going to remove the majority of the material with cruder tools, so I just trace the outline at first. Now I can just drill some holes and then connect the holes with my jigsaw. I could have just routed it all out, but that would have created a lot of sawdust, and that's a lot of wear and tear on a small router. I clamped down the Lego template and added a couple dabs of hot glue just to keep it from sliding. I'm using a flush trim bit that has ball bearings at the top. Those ball bearings will roll along the Lego themselves, while the router bit cuts the wood nice and flush. I started with a short router bit and cut down about 3/4 of an inch before switching to a longer one and slowly increasing the depth. This walnut is about 2 1/4 inches thick, and I didn't have a bit long enough to do the entire depth, so after extending as far as I could, I removed the Lego and allowed the walnut itself to serve as the guide as I went deeper. Even then, I didn't make it all the way through, so I flipped the slab over and switched the router bits to one that has the bearings at the other end. This will allow me to use the wood that I'd already trimmed as the guide. The router cut everything perfect along the flat surfaces, but the radius on the router bit left the corners a bit round, so I just went in with a chisel to cut them nice and square. The edges of the slab were a bit clunky, and I want to contrast more of an organic shape with the wood with the brutalist rectilinear nature of the concrete. So I used my angle grinder with a flap disc to blend the edges really quickly. There's some really nice sanding systems on the market, but if you're on a budget, I highly recommend this little Ryobi 1-gallon vacuum that plugs right into their Orbital sanders. I wiped off the dust, set the slab up on my Kreg project blocks, and then applied a couple coats of polyurethane. The polyurethane added some thickness, so I did have to do a little bit more sanding on these cavities to get it to fit over the concrete. I could have added some walnut as cross supports under the slab to bring the surface of the wood up flush to the concrete, but I actually wanted the concrete to stick out a little bit. I really like this pour over coffee system, and the concrete keeps the hot coffee pot elevated above the wood. There's a link to the bed project where I also use these concrete castles, along with a playlist with other making projects where I use Lego. I'm not exactly going to give up my CNC anytime soon. This was a fun and easy way to make pieces fit.